Okay, I'm alive. I'm live. Hey, hello everybody. What's going on? I have 30 minutes to an hour. I might have less than that. Technically, I'm still working, but it's slow and there is a thunderstorm going on. Somebody say something. Hey, there are 4 people watching. Say hello. Could somebody say hello? There's a thunderstorm. There's a flash flood. Let me see. Okay. Hey, Greg. Hey, Susan B. Hey, Carlos Brown. I've been trying to live stream once a week. I think I miss a week before last, so I just don't know when I'll be able to do it. Beer Talk Radio. Hello, Patriot. Hello, Patriot. Hello, Patriot back. I'm your hero. Well, thank you. I just do YouTube, but it's okay. I appreciate it. I don't feel like a hero. I think like policemen and people in the military and firemen, those are heroes because I can't do that stuff. That stuff's scary to me. Hey, Marissa Roberts, Truther Talks. Hello. You're from LA too, Beer Talk. Where are you from? Are you from LA County? Or are you from like born and raised? Beer Talk. Oh, really? Maybe I am your sister. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, yeah, you're from Culver City. Yeah, that's LA. That's LA. You know, Beer Talk, how people say, they're like, I'm from LA, but they're like from Orange County. I'm like, you're not from LA. You're lying. The Jungles, too, over by Crenshaw, by the Crenshaw Mall. Strange Times, hello, Strange Times. The controlgroup.org is headed to court to end vaccine mandates nationwide. 40% of vaccinated kids have chronic disabling diseases. I would say even more than that. But the control group, okay, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to look into it. So you guys watch Conservative Mexican? You guys should check him out. He has a good channel. He's a good guy. He called me today, and he was telling me that there were some Muslims that and some Mexicans have joined together to open up a mosque, and they converted to Islam. So I just got home. I was driving all day. I haven't been able to check that out. Have any of you guys heard of that? .org. Have any of you guys heard of that? Yeah, it's crazy. I'm the only one. I feel like me and Patriot Nerds are the only quote unquote patriots, conservatives that are talking about vaccines. I haven't seen anybody else. I see some people that are kind of getting into it, that are just starting, which is cool, but I don't really see a lot of the other conservatives. I feel like they either are ignoring it because they agree with it, or they just feel like they don't know enough about it maybe to talk about it. So the control group. Yeah, I wrote them down. Strange Times. I'll check them out. Are you with the controlgroup.org? Strange Times. Hello, White Pride. White Pride. Your founder. Oh, good for you. You're the hero. You're a hero. That's a hero. I don't know. I was talking to a friend the other day because I've kind of talked a little bit about my health problems, and that's one of the reasons I've had to change my diet, because a lot of the I don't know everything, but a lot of these autoimmune diseases and disorders can be fixed with the diet. Autism is more complex. Some people get lucky. Some people, I mean, it's like winning the lottery. You want me to move my camera? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, can you move my camera down a bit? The controlgroup.org is not asking for money. There is somebody in my feed. I'm deep conditioning my hair. You don't have to know a plastic bag with my hair in here. Somebody in the comment section wrote that Look, I'm gonna read it because I took a screenshot. And I sent it to Texans for Vaccines Choice. So there was somebody a couple days ago that wrote in the comment section. He said, "I spoke to a cop on duty at HEB." For those of you guys that don't know, HEB is like it's like a Ralph's, or it's like the local. It's the big chain of grocery stores in Texas. So he's saying, I spoke to a cop on duty at HEB store there in Austin, and he said to me that last week he was in a drill with school buses, gathering the participants into the vehicles, and they lined them up for mock vaccines. So I put oh, thank you, White Pride. Thank you. Yeah, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's lying because I know that's what the elite want to do. But I don't, I just told them to check into it. I don't really have the resources to look into it. They probably know people. Texans for Vaccine Choice they've been killing it. I'm really glad I'm in Texas right now. I mean, California, man, my heart goes out to you. I pray for you. My family, my friends are all in California, but with the mandates there, they're trying to get rid of the medical mandate there. You're in California. Strange Times, have they passed HB 2, is it 276, where they're getting rid of the mandate stuff? Gibble dribble. I skipped vaccines as a kid because I hated needles. You know what though? The older I get, I think that people that have that fear, of course they have a legit fear, but I think you had an intuition that a lot of people weren't connected with, Yeah, depopulation. My uncle is an amazing person, but he has that mindset where he just like believes authority figures no matter how much it doesn't make sense. So he's in New York and he already knows how I feel about vaccines. He's probably going to be one of those people that's going to line up. And I don't know, like I think about it, I get really upset, but at the same time, I'm most of my friends and family know how I feel, and I've given them stuff to look at, to read, to compare. So I trying to be at peace with the people that I can't save, because the people that are gonna get hurt really bad are the ones that are just gonna line up because the TV told them to do so. And it makes me sad, but I try not to stay sad about it because there's only so much you can do. At the end of the day, somebody wrote this, I think in the comment section, it's very true. You can't save people that don't want to be saved. All this autism, big tech censorship. I know, Mike. I know. Are you covering that, Mike? I'm trying to do the vaccine stuff because not a lot of people are covering that. So I've just kind of split off a little bit, but I know, like I see my other friends and they're doing a good job of covering a lot of stuff that's going on. We can't all cover the same thing. Anti-vaxxers seem to be the most maligned and ridiculed. Yeah, it's true. My friend and I, April, co-founder, we always say that like you're not woke until you're an anti-vaxxer, because there are people that would be like, oh yeah, big tech censorship, oh yeah, 9/11 was an inside job. We're like below the 9/11. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay, we're like the outcast of the truthers, because even people that say that they're woke and they're truther, they don't talk about that. But I think a lot of people have had a very personal experience to have the passion about it, because we've all been, since Sesame Street, since the Flintstones, since all of these cartoons, since we've all been programmed to think that they save lives. And they continue in Star Trek. You see like in science fiction movies, the vaccine saves the day if there's like a plague or something, even though a vaccine is a preventative, it's not a cure. So but I'm gonna have somebody. I actually interviewed her. I'm gonna have her on again. I'm going to have her on. It's not going to air this Sunday. That's Greg White's interviews this Sunday that I'm going to put up. But there's another lady who's a naturopath, and she has some very interesting perspective on health and vaccines and stuff. So it was great. It was great. And I think a lot of people, they can't really wrap their heads around the fact that we don't need vaccines at all, because there's still some people that are like, oh, they were maybe safe. And I'm like, no. And I know people might think I'm crazy, but I mean, we've been on this earth 200,000 years. Vaccines have only been around 200. How did animals and man survive before then? So my answer is I really think it has to do with the terrain and keeping ourselves healthy. And, we come in contact with all these microbes that we don't even vaccinate for. So what's the difference between somebody that doesn't get sick and somebody that stays well? According to the numbers, are like 1/3 of people died in the Black Plague, but 2/3 of people survived. So what was the difference between 2/3 people that died and 1/3 people 2/3 that survived and 1/3 that died, So my answer is that. And there was no vaccine for the plague. Somebody was like, a few months ago, they're like, yeah, the plagues say the vaccine, what am I trying to say? That the vaccine stopped the plague. And I was just like, are you serious? They weren't even invented yet. How can you stop the plague? Susan, Texas born and raised, want to be anywhere in these crazy sense of my family is asleep on every topic I had. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan B. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. Like, I'm really upset about my relationship with my brother, because I felt like he would be I felt like he was kind of waking up, and then he went to Berkeley and he went back to sleep. Like Berkeley, that place, that is a very, talk about mass brainwashing. Because like I've said, with the gifted schools, and I totally was going down that path. They brainwash you from a very young age to get into places like that now, to get into Ivy League schools now. They really start training you when you're young. So they do these standardized tests, and then sometimes if you do well, you meet certain criteria in school, your teacher will have you tested for the gifted program, and then you get into putting these gifted programs, and they isolate you from the rest of the school, which at the time I thought was cool because I was just really bored with a lot of the work. But that's just another way of them brainwashing the people that are quote unquote smart according to their standards or intelligent. That's just another way of containing their minds and manipulating them to use them to work for the evil people, if that makes sense, right? Because then they put you in these programs. They tell you that you're the best. They tell you that. They told me that. I don't believe that now. I think that intelligence is very broad, and it's very complex. And I don't look down. I don't underestimate anybody. I had a janitor taught me how to play chess. Okay, I've received credible information from people that didn't even go to school. So I don't believe that going to school is a be all end all. It doesn't believe it defines you as a person, as an intelligent person. But before then, they contain your mind. So, they would tell you that you're the best. You get all the new computers. You get to go on all the field trips. But then they also, you also are sleep deprived because you're doing a shit ton of homework and, trying to keep up, doing all these tests. It really moves you over to your left logical side of the brain, where you can't do critical thinking and whole thinking, right? And then you're trained to do well on these tests to get into college. And you have to do a volunteer work. You have to do all this stuff. You're not sleeping. You're not processing. And every day you're still being fed, all the stuff on the left side of the brain. You go to these colleges, and then they tell you they're the best. And people get degrees just so they can say that they went to such and such school, so they can throw it in their face. And what's even more disturbing is a lot of people capitulate. And they'll just like, oh, yes, you went to Harvard. Okay, whatever you say, you must be smarter than me. But a lot of those people, they don't have common sense. They're trained to regurgitate and memorize information and they don't do critical thinking. Sorry, I like went on all nasty diseases. Oh crap. I ranted, but I'm also trying to. Flat earthers are the lowest. Yeah, I think maybe. I think maybe. But I just haven't gotten into flat earth. I don't look down on people that are flat earthers though. Because I know that I haven't looked into it. So I don't really dismiss anything that I haven't looked into, because I know the level that we've been lied to about so many things that I never try now. I never try to close myself to something that may be possible, but I don't know, if that makes sense. But my thing is, I don't have time. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like nothing really surprises me anymore, but I can't do anything about the earth being flat. You know what I mean? Either way, maybe some people have a personal experience where that piece of information has some relevance to them and they feel they can do something about it. I don't really know what I can do about that if that's true. And I don't like, I know that NASA lies. I know that the government lies. I know that science is manipulated. I know, like, so to me, talking about proving flat earth exists, that exposes all of that too. It just exposes the lies and manipulation of science, which I already know exists. It exposes the lies of government, which I already know exists. I just can't do anything about it. So with the vaccines, like, it for me, I just think about the sanity of our society. All the research I've done through the years, the people I've talked to, the personal research I've done. Like, I read a lot of medical stuff. I interview people. I've gone to events and stuff. I've had personal experience myself, so I know that they cause more than just autism. And the elite's main thing, it's a form of enslavement to me, keeping people very sick, whether it's mentally or physically, right? They don't have the physical means to fight back. They don't have the mental capacity to think and fight back. They don't have the energy to fight back. They don't have the finances, because a lot of their finances is put into health. I even know some people that would be out there fighting, good truthers, but they have sick children, like, that are sick because of fucking vaccines. And that's their priority, is their children, and I don't blame them. If I was a parent, my priority would try to get my child back to normal too. So, and when you have an injured family member, it ruins the whole family. It's not just the person that's injured, So, but I think this is gonna blow up in their face. But I'm just gonna keep talking about this until they pull the plug, Strange times. All the nasty diseases they scare us about were on a sharp decline before vaccines were made for them. Yeah. And doing some more work. I really want to get another mini movie out within the next few weeks. There's this one called Pellagra. So my friend that we're researching, she's sending me stuff. Let me see if I can find out. Put it in the comment sections. Pellagra. Right? The importance of nutrition is really underestimated. People write it off as it's nothing. You guys check that out. Pellagra. This is a disease back in the day. It looks like the zombie apocalypse, right? It looks terrible. And you know what it is? It's lack of niacin. It's like a vitamin B3, niacin, right? Then look up scurvy. Then, measles depletes your body of vitamin A. So when you hear people dying in third world countries of measles, it's because they're malnourished and they don't have vitamin A. And then there was just a measles outbreak in Sudan that nobody's talking about. I'll probably do I'll do a video on that next week. But it was a measles outbreak in Sudan, and they were all vaccinated. And then they interviewed people, and they're like, oh, well, it happens because usually the vaccine is not refrigerated, But then the health authorities were like, well, yeah, we actually have extra refrigeration for our vaccines. And if the power goes out, we have a generator to keep them cold so they remain vaccinated. So that wasn't the problem, right? So the vaccines were refrigerated, and they're just like, oh yeah, well, vaccines still save lives, so get your vaccines. We're just like, what? What the hell? You know? And plus, it wouldn't be effective, right? Just say the vaccine, they didn't have refrigeration, the vaccines did spoil. It wouldn't be effective, but it shouldn't give people the measles. But how come it gave people the measles? Like, so many outbreaks all over the world. Have you heard about the Jews of New York refusing them and trying to be talked into it? Yes. Amish and Jewish people, Hasidic Jews, not the Zionist Jews, but like the Hasidic Jews, they kind of have a handle on like the whole hygiene thing, and they know about that. They don't have outbreaks usually, but I don't know why. I don't even, I'm just curious about that, because I even wonder if they had an outbreak and they're just blaming it on them because they don't vaccinate. They're very old school. So there's part of me that wonders how much of that is even true, that if they really did have an outbreak in their community, because all these outbreaks too, people are vaccinated. So the measles one, I think I said measles is bullshit in the comment section. I left a lot of countries that are fully vaccinated where they got measles outbreaks, and the most prominent one to me is Zhejiang, where they have 99.9% compliance vaccination, and from 2009 to 2015 they had 700 measles outbreaks. And it's crazy. It's crazy how many people are buying into this. A lot of people are not buying into it too. Did your grandma knit that hat for me? No, I got this at Target. My mom crochets though. She can make some badass hats. And my grandparents did knit. Like they were both, they weren't into that knitting. They weren't into knit. I would love to learn how to knit. I miss my grandparents. I wish they were alive. I have so many questions for them. I gotta go come back. Oh, Bear Talk, thanks. Pelagra, look that up. Let me see. Cleaner streets and better sewer system halted the plague. Yep. Okay, bye, Bear Talk. Our economy will collapse in just a few years if you don't stop the vaccine program soon. Really? I believe that. I believe that for real. I've thought about that. I've never really talked about the economic effects during times. But yeah, the more people that are sick, to me, it's like we only need allopathic medicine for accidents, right? If we can do all the other pre-stuff that we do before birth, a lot of the radiation. I know it's cool that you can see your baby and stuff, but we did a show. Her name is Janice Barcelo. She's done a lot of good work on the sonograms. Those aren't good for you. They're not good for your baby. Anything that weakens the immune system. So like the sonograms and vaccines, the nitrate stuff they put in the baby's eyes, cutting the cord soon. You're supposed to wait for a while before you cut the cord. All this stuff like weakens our immune system. I went on a tangent. But anyway, I have a very radical view when it comes to health. And I think that we really, if we really broke down vaccines and took them out, we didn't need them. We get people in a mindset where they can ward off disease by, attending to their terrain, making sure they're fortified. And then whenever they get in contact with, they won't get sick. And then we can focus on people that are like paralyzed, right? We can focus on physical industries, growing bone injuries. Growing bones back, like stuff like that. The most ignorant people I ever met are PhDs. Yeah. I have a friend that was getting her PhD and she quit. She was like, she was so disappointed and so disillusioned because she found out they were like human beings, but very immature, arrogant, human beings, and they kind of get to the point where you can't tell them anything because they think, it's time to stop learning. Um, so yeah. I like not giving power to people that have high certificates because they like flip out. They don't know what to do. See, this is the thing. People that have you know, degrees and like to wave it in their face, wave it in your face. What you do is just don't give a shit and don't capitulate to them, and they don't know what to do because obviously they got their degree so they can wave it in their face. My boss is calling me. Oh my god. Should I answer? I don't. What if he found my channel and he's like, "What are you doing?" Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. You're gonna see me. You can tell. I won't put him on speakerphone, but maybe he wants to just tell me something. I'm not getting any. Why aren't you at work? Hey. Uh huh. Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, yeah, I'll do it. Okay. 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 So I need to go to the airport. Okay. 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 So I have to go by the locker and I have to get. Okay. Okay, but I have to be to the locker by 9 because they close by 9. Okay. Okay, just send it to me and yeah, I'll do it. Hmm. Susie's gonna be the dispatch. Okay. 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 Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll send. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye. Can that call be any longer? Okay, I have to leave in a few minutes. But anyway, sorry. I didn't want to end it because I thought he was just gonna tell me something and then show feet. Do you have a foot fetish? Are you an you're an yeah, I'm an economic slave right now. You still trying to do a call-in show? Yeah. I just need extra money to. There's a software. Tony Patriot. Sorry, you still trying to do a call-in show? Do you hear that rumbling? Yeah, I am. I just have to get some software. It's like $100. So I'm gonna pick up some extra work middle of this month, and hopefully I should have that so I can buy the software to do it. So I would love if you ever consider connecting with some pro Second Amendment channels. You would find a friendly crowd open your points even on the vaccine issue. Yeah, I know. I have let me see. Crypto Pirate 1776. I'm open. When we did our podcast, we interviewed Patriot Nurse. She's amazing. She's very pro. And we interviewed Stuart Rhodes, but I haven't since now. I haven't. Yeah, I think that's probably in the future. To interview some pro Second Amendment people too. I was talking to my friend the other day about guns, and yeah, he has a gun, and we were talking about different types of gun. Interesting to meet some. Thank you. Do you watch MMA? Gribble Dribble. Do you watch MMA? Invicta is on right now. No, but I probably will be soon because I do jujitsu, and I haven't really been focused on getting to know all the fighters and stuff. I've just been trying to learn jujitsu to the best of my ability, but I fucking love jujitsu. I wish I discovered it when I was 5. It's amazing. So I don't watch MMA. I probably will. My friend showed me this one where this dude, like, he's from Dagestan or Dagestan, I think. It's by Russia. I'm looking at the map. His father trained him with like bears. His father would catch bears in the forest, like cubs, and chain them to a tree. And then he'd have his son when he was like 5 years old, fucking like grappling with fucking bears. And then now as an adult, this dude just obliterates people, and he's just like beating people. He's like, this one's done. I'm bored. Bring me a new person. I want to kill someone else. Like, he just fucking bam, 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 bam. They're done. I was like, I need to find out the guy's name. But fighters are the coolest people ever. And it's funny because they're the last people that don't want to fight. that want to fight. They don't go around picking fights with people. And yeah, they're the cool. And it's funny. I feel like I found more like-minded people with the fighters than the yogis. Because when I've been doing Bikram yoga too for like 13 years on and off, not consistently, but on and off. And when I first moved to Austin, I was like, I'm gonna hang out with the yogis, and which is crucial. It's really good compliment for any athleticism that you're doing. But they weren't as open. They're very liberal, and they're very closed-minded. They're nice. I have probably one person out of the 4 years that I've been going there that I can say we're friends. The teachers are nice. The people are nice. I'm not saying they're nice. I don't want them to find my channel and think that they're not nice. But it's just, I feel like when I met the jiu-jitsu people, the fighters, I feel like I've been knowing them for years, as opposed to people that are kind of sort of friendly with the yogis, if that makes sense. So, free fights live, go to Reddit MMA streams. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Reddit MMA streams. I need to go, you guys. I don't know how long. It's been about 30 minutes. Sorry. Well, actually, I'll do like 5 more minutes because it's slow now, but it looks like I'm gonna have to go and pick up some supplies. Pick up some supplies before I go to my next job. I'm working tomorrow too, so I wanted to jump on tonight because I'm picking up an extra shift tomorrow. Oh shoot, what is that MMA? And by the time I got home, I don't think I'll be able to do one tomorrow. Is there anything supporting vaccines causing food allergies? Yeah, there's lots. I don't. Chet Lemon, yes. Oh, vaccine supporting food. Wait, supporting. Is there anything supporting vaccines causing food allergies? Yes, there's lots of information. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything that. If you message me, Chet on or April or any one of our admins on the Truth or Talk Facebook page, we can probably send you some links. I know for sure there's a book called 400 Vaccine Studies Summarized by Neil Z. Miller, and he has them categorized in that book. Um, so, oh, thanks. I'm covering my condition here. Being in Austin, do you do any work with Infowars? Coolio, what's my name? My name is Verstein. I don't say my name enough because people call me Truth or Talk, and I'm like, that's the name of the channel. I said my name when we did the podcast, but I didn't. Infowars is garbage. Yeah, I know some of the people that work there, and I've done some work, but I'm not really interested in working with them. I have a lot of love for them, but I'm not. I contemplated. I almost did. I was a guest on a couple times, but I'm not interested. Um, so yeah, I mean, everybody has a bias though. I just think the thing about with CNN and a lot of the leftist media is they act like they're fair, you know, and they act like they're being fair and balanced, but they're not. At least know that you have a bias. I think that's the thing. Do you do any work with Emperor Dan Samusevich? Yeah, if you go, San, I have a couple of interviews. If you look in our archive and on our if you just type in if you type in Truth or Talk, I think it actually comes up. So you should be able to see it. Me and Millie. She's a great girl. I like her a lot. She's a cool chick. And can you see any of my comments? I think I'm being shadow banned. Jake White, can I see any of your comments in the comment section or right now? Jake White, I'm subscribed to Truth Stream Media. Hell yeah, I love Truth Stream Media. They're the shit. I really would like to do more of that. Are you supportive of Q? I mean, I am, but I don't follow the drops. I kind of call my best friend, and he keeps me up to date, and he tells me kind of what's going on. But I don't know. I felt like by the time I was getting interested in it, it was just kind of overwhelming for me to keep up with everything and dissect everything. But he watches Jordan Slather a lot. And he's down with that a lot. So when I talk to him, he's real busy too. I'm kind of just trying to have a niche right now with a lot of the vaccine stuff. Because there's so much going on. You can't you can't research everything. You can't research everything. But the thing I will say about Q, I think, he says a lot, trust the plan. There's part of me that wonders if there's any I don't really think it's also good is it making people complacent and just not doing anything, and not being active and just, you got to find that balance though too of not letting everything make you crazy to the point where you become very apathetic or you become scared from fear. But at the same time, I don't know. Gribble Dribble, what's your music style? If you look Gribble Dribble and anybody else, if you look up that on YouTube, you can subscribe to my music page. And so anyway, I think I'm gonna have to cut this live stream here. When I'm gonna have your baby? Oh my god, where are you? I don't even know. I can't even see your picture. Yeah, all right. Okay, there you go. So what if Q told you to take the MMR vaccine? Still trust the plan? Oh hell no! I ain't taking that shit. I'd be like, Q's been compromised. Fuck that motherfucker. Hey, Lavender Freddy, thank you for chatting. What's your Instagram? It's still my name, Glitchmod. I just don't. I'm not really active on Instagram right now. I just I do YouTube, and April does like Facebook, and I do some Facebook, but I'm on YouTube. She's on Facebook. So all right, Truth or Talk Twitter. Truth or Talk is Twitter. April does more Twitter than I do too. I'm not really active on Twitter. It's just hard to keep up with all the social media stuff. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end this for real. All right, love you. Mwah. Thanks for your support. I will be making some videos. Check out Greg White's interview coming up on Sunday. He's a military vet who's vaccine injured, and he's woke. And yeah. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys.